Okay, reality passports, explanation video, take.
So, what up? And this is Territory Hub doing an explanation video for the first song, my first naturally. Reality passports. I'm old WISDA. This man over here, LUTHOR. What up? So I won't waste any time, so here we go. So I'm doing the first verse. So the first lines of my first verse goes like this. Lost in time is the essence of an MC's presence. By this line, what I'm trying to say is, earlier back in the day, MCs had that presence amongst all the hip hoppers. You know, like whenever there used to be an MC up there, everyone used to go like, oh, the MC had the thing. Like they used to be on the top. They had the essence over there. The presence was the most needful or something like that, you know. Whenever they used to do some parties or any of the things, like whenever there was an MC, they had the thing. The respect the MCs which they used to get from all the hip hoppers was just off the top. But with time, they've again lost their essence, you know. Nowadays, there may be like some 100, 200 type of MCs or rappers, but they ain't shit. So, lost in time is the essence of an MC's presence, means that. Second line, divine lessons setting the bar for expectations. Now over here, now what this line means is that as an MC, we always tend to receive some divine lessons coming from the divine order, from the God. He tends to give us obstacles in life, which sets the bar for expectations. You know, God sets the bar for expectations for us because He always tends to take us through obstacles, through all that shit, which raises the bar for expectations. That's the third verse, third line. I mean, y'all racing in a line which you gotta be facing. Now, what this line over here means, it says that we all are, you know, in this present life, life is hectic. At the moment, life is hectic, so like people always try to go fast. They rush through their lives. They don't keep a record of the time. They don't give time to themselves. They're always racing, always competing. But this is life which we gotta be facing or living. We gotta face through obstacles. We gotta live it through. We gotta grow through it. So that's what I'm trying to say. We don't gotta be racing in the life which we've gotta be facing. After that, a blessing void if hip hop wasn't addressing. And here what I'm trying to say is like the thing which I just said now, and that's a blessing because that's the word of God. But void if hip hop wasn't addressing, but it was nothing if I wasn't really expressing it, if I wasn't really addressing it to you, because I am hip hop and I believe in that. That's the thing. A blessing void if hip hop wasn't addressing the reality in a deep state of tragedy. Now shit comes against the reality. I'm addressing the reality, y'all. This is what it is. Life at the moment, world at the moment, it's in a deep state of tragedy. You know, there are some good things in life, there are some bad things in life, but shit right now, life at the moment is in tragedy. Not so. A conscious mind denominating catastrophe. As an MC always tends to have a conscious mind, the mind which is aware, the mind which is aware of the things going all around him. Like he listens, he observes, he looks at things, and the mind becomes conscious, denominating catastrophe. And he after that tends to find out catastrophe, doing shit, he knows everything. When catastrophe is gonna come, shit know. After that, socially in the pyramid of jeopardy. Now the thing is, our presence in a society right now is at jeopardy. Like nowadays, you don't tend to find good MCs or the real MCs, you know. Like, even if they're like, we ain't good at that. Thing is, like, our presence, the position of us in the society is at jeopardy. We are in endangered species. MCs are an endangered species right now. That's what I'm trying to say by this line. Sabotaging existence, the unknown strategy. The thing is, so the society all around us is trying to sabotage our existence. They're trying to attack us little by little because more MCs are just going down the line. New rappers, like shit, those are attached with the music industry are trying to come up and do the shit all around. Like, you know how the shit is. So that's the unknown strategy. We don't feel it right now, but after some years we really gonna feel it. Plunge in the abyss of lies, hypocrites and envy. The world right now is plunged in the abyss of lies, hypocrites and envy. There are all like lies going around. The government is just putting up lies and lies and lies. There are those type of hypocrites, and like within us we've all got envy, jealousy, the people, and that's what reality is right now. Sophistries, double talk, they've trained me. Politics and political parties and the governments, they're all putting up like double talk against us. Like they've trained me. Like I've completely been trained out, and I'm just left out there. Like I'm sick of those. A visionary standing out of the generic. As an MC, we always have our species of visionary. Like we tend to stick out from the crowd. Out of that, a paradoxical period of the missionaries. Earlier, like in the 1800s or the 1900s, like when the India was under the British rule, or like most other countries, in all the Commonwealth countries, like they used to be missionaries of Christianity. Like they used to go there, they used to preach, teach about Jesus Christ and shit and all. But that point when they have come to India, that was like the paradoxical, they had the paradoxical thing over there. At first, like the good thing they did was to educate us, teach us and show us about the Western culture, make us respectful, disciplined. But again, with time, we lost as we went more deep into those type of education, the Western education given us by the missionaries. We, I think, lost our culture with time. I wish every person would have a pair of glasses. This is simple. To see through disillusions, power, and plastics. What we're trying to say is like, I wish every person would have a pair of glasses through which they can see through disillusions. The disillusions put up by the government, shit and all. Power. As we move to more height in power, power makes us weak. It makes us a slave of it. So I'm saying that shit in plastics. Plastics just means like all of like shitty things going all around. The nature of our reality and what life is. Like through the pair of glasses, I think y'all can see through. I think with the pair of glasses, y'all can see the nature of our reality, where we're standing, and what life is, what truly life is. I wonder why they hide the truth in schools and classes. Like they really hide the truth. Like they don't show what's going on out there. Like we are just tend to engage in more type of bookish world, and we are just meant to study like science, some simple science. Like there's no classes on psychology, philosophy. Like in school, like we have got like value education. Value education is more science, but I didn't give any importance to it. But I think that's the shit which really matters. With the name, the value education. But right now, shit is just, I don't know. The mind wrapped in a cloud of thoughts. On the MC's mind, like always thinking, always doing stuff, always playing with the words in the mind. In the words and verbs of an MC defining love, I'm an MC, a real MC always tries to love his poppers, his fans. Wherever he goes, he always tries to show love. That's what I'm saying. He's trying to define love through his words. in the sprays and paints with graffitis painting world. You know, like graffitis with his brains, with all his brushes and paints and all, he always tends to paint some beautiful things, you know. That's the word, I think. In the breaks and scratches of a DJ's mixing cuts. You know, like DJ would always mix and cuts, his breaks, his scratches, his samplings, you know. So back in time when hip hop was a little dramatic, like when hip hop was just coming up, it was a bit type of dramatic. When MCs reached the pinnacle of the lyrical tactic, like MCs that time used to reach the pinnacle, you know, like they used to reach the top of the lyrical tactic. They could go even more, they can go even more, but that time that was the prime, you know, they could reach that top. Like right now you can't find those type of rappers in the game. 20 years from now, y'all rock the hate to Willmatic. Like I think it was actually 23 or 24 years when Nas Illmatic had come, but I'm just putting it 20 years from now. You know, Nas with his Illmatic, that was one of the dopest that was one of the dopest hip hop albums of all time. And I think that shit, like, I think those who listen to the real hip hop really rocked the head at that time, really felt it. 20 years from then, and the mind is still static. What Nas said that time, like that was true shit. That was just like too prophetic. That was the real thing. But as I see now, 20 years later, I think the mind is still static. It ain't changed. So I think that's the first verse.
You know how we do the chorus then. Thank you for playing with the
Third,
second verse. I took the second verse on, and the words go like, check your eye, it may take a lie, recognize what lies within, it's what's spinning, your world within, your body living with the reason, being the being with the vision isn't what is prison. This entire para, it probably means that the way the world has been spinning and the way the world has been breathing, they've been breathing without a reason and without a vision. When you live your life that way, and it's kind of like a prison, and when you have vision, then it is not a prison, but people mostly feel like when you've got a vision, then you are captive in it. But it's not like that. When you got a vision, it's more of a like expansion of wisdom. The second line, the second pair comes like, it's an expansion of wisdom. That lasts on when you rhythm. But why do I talk rhythm so intellectual? Let me bring the street back to the actual. That's like just a statement. But that's what the first pair means. And then the second part comes out like, now flip it and tell all the customs to custom on these hypocrites. This lines means that all the customs that we follow, we gotta flip it down, because everybody just proves on to be hypocrites out here. Every elder, anybody with power turns on to be hypocrites. So we gotta flip that thing. And these streets of priests preach peace in pieces. This is a metaphorical statement. It probably means that people who tend to preach peace, they probably kill peace. It's like people who want to make laws, they're the ones who break laws. Police still want to live by the desert ease. You know that all the police are supposed to protect and serve, but they mostly believe in wars, and they mostly believe in things that they like promise to be against. And then young kids still pull trees, who will kill at all will. And young kids, you know, young generation right now, it's all about getting high, losing their purpose, and you know, all that kind of stuff, because they don't have any focus in mind, and they lack that vision. But these are the things that is reality. And it's the rest in pity city, because the truth's only seen in graffiti. These lines, they probably mean that the truth is only seen in art and in nothing else. The art that comes from within the soul. Greedy is a double-digit rigid G's. Neither is the trouble read and neither please. Out here, these lines mean that greed. What is greed is double-digit rigid G's. That probably means money. Greedy is about everybody has greed on money, and like everybody wants money. That's the only thing that they want. And what we define needy back then and back now is needy is a trouble read and neither please. Needy is mostly drug addicts, and you know, people who are lost in getting high or something like that. See, reality is what you see through reality. Because you may beat a beat like Beetle beat a beat to feet. A feat of it is to be a beat of it. Is to defeat a bit of it. It's like you're trying to be something that you ain't. You're faking yourself so your body isn't made. And this lyrical play, it means that you can try and be and you can try and be and copy like somebody else, but when you do that, even if you excel in doing that, you're still a shadows of somebody else. You're still following the crowd. You're not yourself. So it's like you're giving your entire body on rent to someone, and that's how my verse goes down. Now we move to the third verse.
Third verse also. It's on the third verse.
You're starting the third verse.
So I'm starting the third verse. Also, third verses go like this also. Probably at the pinnacle, the mind that's so clinical. As in like, as in human body, the mind always tends to stay at the top. Like it controls the body, controls everything, the body's movements, motions, everything. So the mind is at the pinnacle, which is yet so clinical. Mind is clinical also. Cynical thoughts and motive. They always tend to think cynical thoughts and motive, what the mind thinks we tend to do. Shit is cynical. We're better off as criminal. As an MCs, as a species of MCs, like we always tend to go down on the criminal side, like break laws, they shouldn't know. MCs. Every word, phrase, every letter and syllable. Y'all can get this. Every word, phrase, every letter and syllable, woven in a subliminal, verbal, miracle, critical, lyrical wordplay. So every word or every phrase or every letter or syllable which we MCs spit out is woven in a subliminal, verbal, which is a miracle, which is a critical, which is a lyrical wordplay. And the soul must find its way. The soul always in one's life must find its way home. It must fulfill its personal legend. So the core truth of one's life has been laid astray. The pressure from our parents, from the society, the community always tends to farther away us from our dreams, for what we really come to this world for. They really seem to, they really make us just go away, just move far away from those dreams, just go and just pick up another line, pick up another track and move in it, what they think is the best for us. Now, the core to one's life has been laid astray. So, another one. He was the gifted, unlimited, rhymes universal. And y'all know who this is.
They probably don't.
A bit of tribute to him. Rest in peace, Guru. The moment the truth is not away. I think Guru was one of the best there was. The best ever to hold the mic. Guru is just over the top.
Culture keeper, man.
Culture keeper. Rest in peace, Guru. Premier. And all those others. Premier ain't died. But rest in peace to all those other MCs who've died through all these years. The past says reality in travesties. You can find reality there in travesties. Every should know right now. The greatest irony is our system and mockeries. We're living in a system. We're living in this system. This system has made us live, has made us do shit. But the thing is, I think the greatest irony is our system is mockeries. Our system is a mockery. It's a fucking mockery. We're blinded by dogmas, astrologies, prophecies. As we go down, we're all, I think, surrounded by dogmas and astrologies. I don't personally believe in astrologies, and I think that shit's fake. And prophecies, a lot of people have come up with the prophecies, trying to foretell things which have never been said or done. But nah, I think fuck those. We are blinded by those. It's illusions. Go back to Greece and shout at the fuck to Socrates. I know I just wrote this line. Why to go back to Greece and shout at the fuck to Socrates? No, you can't do that. It's just impossible. I think I just wrote that. The fear of defeat is nothing but a mere fear. The fear of defeat is nothing but a mere fear. A small fear of defeat. In life you always get defeated, always get depleted. Down the road, you seem to get lost, all alone. But that's a mere fear. That's nothing compared to all the greatness, all the peace you're going to have after that, after you suffer. That's that.
The second part comes off with we're WISDA, pull back, open your school bags and see. Faith with education is a meal, forced to eat which hits a degree, while you appeal for a thrill, a will to understand the will. This para, it probably means that you can go back and open your school bags. Because if you see education and what it is actually teaching or what it is actually preaching, it's just something that is forced onto us. Because no student or no kid, they'll ever be happy, you know. They'll ever be happy. It's not happy. I mean, some kids may be happy. Although, like, I'm not talking about school as I'm not talking about school as it's bad or something like that. But I probably mean that the system or the way that the school, you know, it forces education onto us and makes us believe that marks and grades are like everything in life. That shit's not school, and that shit is not real, you know. Because reality is much more than that, and that is just some lies, you know. That's what I tell. Faith with education is a meal, forced to it which hits a degree, while you appeal for a thrill or will to understand the will. You know, these lines mean that the real reason why we have this life, and you know, why we have to gain knowledge, even education, is to understand the way that the world has been spinning, you know, the cycle of life, so that we will be able to value our lives, ourselves, and the people around us, so we can, you know, just go cut off all the mayhem that goes around and all of the wars that keep on spinning. The world is blinded, you see. So open your eyes, realize if the world's a game of life, then us human is the prize. You know, it's really simple to understand these words. It probably means that the world is blinded, you see, and then if you open your eyes, then we'll understand the entire game of life. You know, even if you fight the wars, the terrorism, if you just go back and just look at the deepest part of it, what we want is human, you know. What we are is human, and that is the ultimate prize this life can ever give us. Surprise, arise and seek, cause sitting in a teepee, sticking in a TV in reality, homie. This line means that you can sit inside your house, you know, you can sit inside your house and just go on digital, you know, look at TVs and, you know, and then bitch about it, like, this is what is happening in this world, this is what is happening in this world. But no matter, even if you do that, that is not reality, because media is a hypocrite itself, you know. Media is a hypocrite itself, and then even if you go digital all through, reality is much more than that. Reality is much more than your cell phones or your computer, laptops, or even that TVs, news. Reality is much more than that, and you gotta see through it. The only way you'll be able to see is through your vision, through your mission, you know.
You gotta look, listen, and observe.
Yeah, you gotta look.
That's what Guru said.
That's what it is. You know, that is how you gotta look. And then the politics, a trick of pick, flick, and flip. The politics, you know, since we're from a region where politics is real shitty, so we actually know what politics is. It's just a thing of trick. It's a trick that flicks, and then flips. But it happens in the same. It's like a cycle, you know. A party comes and tells that we'll change this. Then again, it tricks. That's how they trick. They pick up a leader, and then they flick, because they know that they won't be able to keep up the promise, and then the entire thing flips.
That's what should mean.
Truth is but a sip of risk. Truth. If you want to see truth, then you gotta risk all your life, and you gotta risk everything. Because every cheer you hear is a crocodile tear. Here, the fear is a near deer of every peer here. Because every cheer, every happiness you see is more like a temporary pleasure that you see. It's not real. The fear that you actually see and the fear that you have, it's a near deer of every peer here. Everybody has fear, you know. They got fear in this mind, and that's the reason they go onto this world without a vision, because they've been captive, you know. They've been encapsulated within fear, you know. They build walls, and this is what the system does to us, and we gotta see through it. We gotta see beyond the walls, beyond the horizon. But accords, above. Okay, just do it. But accords. By this line, I mean, according to this chord, we bring out a chord, you know, that is equal to above's above. No, above any acts that you have or humanly acts, there is somebody beyond us, you know, and he's the God above us, who keeps us so. Suburb is us, above is trust. We are suburbs, you know, above is trust. Dust breathe amongst the dust, but leave with the must. No, We live among the dust because we're all dust and we go back to dust, you know. But we here live with a must. Reality ain't a face to bust. Reality is not good looking, you know. We've all heard that reality is truth. Reality is truth, which is reality ain't a face to bust. That by this I mean that reality is not good looking. You know, reality is bitter because reality is truth. Reality ain't a face to bust, but believe me, it is not an octopus. You know, octopus. You know how ugly they are. You know how ugly they are. But I mean that it's not that bad if you can actually see reality in a positive note, and you'll be able to see beyond your vision, beyond your mission, and beyond your body itself. Because body is encapsulated. A body is like a victim. It's like a jail. You know, we're all jailed, but our soul is free. We gotta see through that reality. That's what I mean, and that's how the song goes off.
And that's what concludes it right now. So, well, the passports. Please
Done,
help
man.
it, share it, listen to it,
Share,
subscribe with
understand it,
understand it,
believe it.
live.